If you think about The Great Gatsby as a novel, it's like a beautiful, glistening diamond. If you think about this movie, it's a very, very flashy paste necklace. It's great fun, very loud, lots of lovely costumes, gleaming cars, shot in 3D, so fireworks and streamers and petals fly at you out of the screen. And it's got a modern soundtrack, which I quite like. It's designed for young people, but it completely misses what F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel is actually about.
Does that really matter, though? Baz Luhrmann, at the end of the day, said, let the box office decide.
Well, yeah, and it is interesting that it's doing well, and he said all along that he wants this to be a film for, you know, young people who don't necessarily know the novel. The trouble is most young people do know the novel. I mean, it is actually a novel that people read. And the other thing is that Luhrmann is torn. He obviously adores the book. Throughout the film, the words are used, and they actually come on the screen and fly out at you. And he, you know, he cares about the words, and he cares about what this book is about, but he can't resist making it so obvious and so kind of leaden, really, in how he explains the meaning of this book about dreams and hopes and things. He always has to sort of add an effect. He can't just leave it alone. The one thing I thought that I really adored was Leonardo DiCaprio's performance, which I think is a brilliant, brilliant performance, and I think he kind of understands Gatsby in a way I'm not sure Luhrmann does.
And now let's just go back to this point about the book. I mean, I hear what you're saying about it doesn't quite convey the book the way that it could or it should. But if you go into some of the download lists at the moment for books, you'll find The Great Gatsby at the top of the chart.
Exactly, exactly, and I mean, that's thrilling. That's making people read it. But I mean, oddly, it's the book that's had an odd history. When it was published, it wasn't hugely popular. Fitzgerald was, rather like Luhrmann, as he pointed out yesterday, desperately upset with the reception of the book, and it became a classic later on. But it is read. It's not like Luhrmann's introducing it to a new generation. I mean, he's saying this, but it has been popular. He's pushed it back up to the top of the charts, and that's great. But I went to see the movie, and I kind of enjoyed it. You know, the performances are good, there's no doubt. And it's flashy, and Luhrmann's a director who you either like the sort of opulence of it, and I do quite like all that. And I thought, well, it's okay, it's missed it, it's done. And then I went and read the book, and it is just a completely different experience. It's got a sophistication to it, and a depth of meaning that the film just tries for all the time. It strives for this, but it just can't get it. And you know, the famous image in the book is of the green light at the end of Daisy's Bay, and in the book it's just a flashing green light. In the movie it's huge, it fills the screen, and that's not really getting to the heart of Fitzgerald.